Dollars and euros. And
Dollars and rands.
Dollars and rands. You take dollars and rands. You take dollar and euro.
And you, yeah.
If you live in Zimbabwe, you have a big choice of currencies. A basket of 9. The US dollar, South African rand, Botswanan pula, euro, pound sterling, Australian dollar, Indian rupee, Japanese yen and the Chinese yuan. But it wasn't always this way. The Zimbabwean Reserve Bank, infamous for its inability to contain sky-high hyperinflation, is now one of the only central banks in the world unable to print its own money. This is a 100 trillion Zimbabwean dollar note. You can't find this in the streets of Zimbabwe anymore. It was basically abolished in 2009 after inflation hit 230 million%. You had to print constantly to try and keep up with the changes.
Yeah, so it means the printing
pandemonium.
So it means the printing press was to work in tandem with the demand. So
How did you manage that? How did you know what the rates were? Were they just being changed on the streets every day, constantly, throughout the day?
Those are the ills of hyperinflation. Hyperinflation means that you are not able to control it.
Prices changed by the minute, so much so that business owners like Shingi Minyeza recall how difficult it was to keep up with the fluctuations, the devastating effects of hyperinflation.
I remember in my day, at the very end of that hyperinflation period, you would have had to pay for this coffee.
You'd have to drink it really quickly.
No. You have to pay it before it is made. Because if you wait a little longer, it would have changed the price.
Today, the US dollar is still the preferred currency here. And despite rumors that Zimbabwe would ditch the greenback for the yuan, the country's Reserve Bank governor sets the record straight.
We are saying that since you can import your products from the rand from South Africa, you can use the rands. If you want to import and export to the China zone, you also can utilize the yuan for trading purposes. But it was misconstrued that we're saying that we are now changing the US as a settlement currency to using the yuan, which is not the case.
Hello, how are you?
There's a demand and liquidity crunch in Zimbabwe, and no local currency means no monetary policy tools. That's why the central bank is heavily reliant on foreign inflows.
Funds need to be utilized for purposes that are intended, and that is used for productive purposes, that we minimize leakages from the economy. Because once you have a dollarized economy, the tendency is that the leakages become much more.
As the government tries to spur growth, street traders are turning into currency traders, hoping to capitalize on the multi-currency system.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Great. I've got various currencies here. Which would you accept?
Probably accept this one.
You take your dollars?
Yes.
Take the dollars. What about the rand?
No.
No? Why not?
The value right now.
Zimbabwe might be years away from reintroducing its own currency. In the meantime, it has these coins called bonds. For each coin in circulation, there's an equivalent US dollar coin held in reserves, just like the days of the gold standard. Now there are more than $13 million worth of these in the country, and it seems when fiat currency fails, going back to basics is the only option. Eleni Jarkas, CNN, Harare.